is about Frontline World of Tanks. It's really an intro to the current version of Frontline from World of Tanks 1.4. It's currently running in August, runs for about a week. There will be another session in September, which will be a week, another one in October for a week, and another one in November for a week. These are the stages for the week. So for this week, you can go up to a maximum of stage 15, and these are the prizes that you can win completing each stage. So tier. So for tier 1 and 2, you're going to get 20 battle pass points, a rental tank, some directives, and these are tokens that are used for combat reserves, which means artillery strikes and things like that. So as you go up, you're going to be earning battle pass points, other rental tanks that you can play during frontline, other directives. For example, this one is for concealment, stabilizing the gun. You'll be able to unlock more combat reserves such as airstrikes, recon, smoke screens, etc. I've been playing for, I guess, 4 hours, and I was able to make it to, I guess I'm on stage 7. It says I'm on stage 9. So in one day, or in 2 days, or in a short period of time, you should be able to make it all the way. The way you advance is when you play the game, you get a rank like private, captain, lieutenant, general, major, etc. And the higher your rank, the more this will advance, the faster you'll move through all the tiers. So these are the combat reserves. Airstrike, Recon, and Inspire seem to be the base reserves. All of my tanks come equipped with them. And you can choose which order you unlock the other reserves. A light tank is going to want engineering, or perhaps smoke screen. A sniper is going to want sentinel. Medium tank's probably going to run with airstrike, etc. As you play in the game, for example, the game starts, you start out at level 1. As you move up during a game, you move up into level 2, and it will put a little indicator that says that you're up at level 2 and then to level 3. And then what will happen is when you're general, you're going to get the extra duration, the extra number of shells dropped, etc. You see how it changes? This is how you start. A general gets better combat reserves, more efficient. Okay, so here's a little bit of information. We're going to go through it real quick. Frontline is 30 by 30. You got tier 8 and 9 tanks. Once you get to the final objectives, which means you've captured the second row of bases, you can respawn with tier 9, and the enemy can also respawn with tier 9. And there are tier 9 rental tanks. There's 4 stages, which are 1 stage per month, lasting about a week each. You get battle pass points. Tier 9 on the respawn, which are caps D, E, and F. You can start with tier 8 vehicles, and there's a new combat reserve system, although I preferred the old system. The new ones are minefield, sentinel, and field repairs. So sentinel is concealment related. Minefield, you drop a minefield and they don't harm you, but they harm the enemy. So you can drop a minefield on the cap or something like that. And field repairs slowly restores your hit points. Recon flight is a spotting flight. Smoke screens have changed. Before, the smoke was equal for attackers and defenders, but now if you lay the smoke, you get better visibility, but the opposing team has worse visibility, so you're a little bit more hidden inside the smoke. Engineering used to be for capturing bases and repairs, but now it's just for capturing bases. And Inspire is like using vents or food consumables. It's very easy to use, which is why a lot of people use it. You just turn it on and it works for about a minute. Okay, so I talked about level 1, 2, and 3 for the combat reserves. When you get to Major, you can get to level 3. It also works with General. Level 1, you get it. You see how it says slot 1 and slot 2 and slot 3? You have to get Lieutenant in order to unlock level 1 for slot 3. You get 3 combat reserves. You can see that it's different for each vehicle. I wish they did not do it this way, because what happens is when you play a light tank, slot 1 will be key number 7, does a recon flight, but then when you play heavy tanks, it does artillery or something. You understand what I mean? So it should be the 7 key always does recon, the 8 key always does artillery strike. It's going to be confusing in the game when you want to use something. You'll say recon flight now available, and you go hit the 7, but it ends up it's 9. You understand what I mean? And then the enemy kills you. The tier 9 respawn, I don't like the feature. I wish I didn't do it this way. But what happens is once you cap the middle row, you can respawn as tier 9. And there's so many tier 8 vehicles. There's no reason to include tier 9. Obviously, the same is true for the guns. You have to penetrate it from the rear or from the lower side. The red parts you're not going to penetrate. You capture the base the same as regular World of Tanks with one exception, and that is you cannot reset the cap to 0 like in World of Tanks. All you can do is slow down the capture, and then you've got a resupply circle where you can repair and resupply. When you respawn, this yellow circle and these green circles are respawn points, which is right behind the Allied line. When you get back into the game, after you're killed, you can get back into the game and behind Allied lines. So getting to General gives you the most frontline experience, which advances you through the tiers as quickly as possible. And you get your bonus to combat experience. This is what affects your free EXP. You can get 200% bonus. It's really good. There's people who are obsessed with getting General. The fact of the matter is only a few people get General. You got 30 people on the team. You might only get 3 people getting General every game. It's not possible for everybody to be General every game. It doesn't happen. Maybe it is possible, but I've never seen it happen. The most I've seen is maybe 5 people. So people who are obsessed with it, who are telling you you have to do it every game, don't listen to them. Just do the best you can. You should get to captain on average every game, even if you're kind of a mediocre player, and a good player is going to be getting Major and General and getting the extra bonuses. If you play many hours per day, you will win all the prizes. So you don't have to worry about rewards and getting General if you put in enough time. You can either get it quickly by getting General, or in twice the amount of time, you can get Captain. It'll take you twice as long to do it. I plan on playing 4 to 6 hours a day. I'm already halfway through, and it's only been one day. I'm already halfway to the last stage. These are, you start out at A, B, or C, either attacking or defending. When the attackers win, the defenders have to fall back to D, E, and F. And you only open up one zone at a time, either A, B, or C. Your allies are working on all 3 caps. So I've seen ABC all open at the same time, 2 minutes into the game. But usually one will open and the team will fall back. Another one will open, the team will fall back. When you open the final objectives 1 through 5, everybody can go in no matter where they are. So you've got vehicle rentals. It's just for frontline. After a week, they're going to disappear, but you will keep your crew. So if you earn experience, you're going to get to keep that crew for a later date. This is additional time, which is overtime. If you're in the process of capturing a base and the game ends, you can earn overtime, like 90 seconds. While you're waiting, you can do a spectator mode and you can browse around the entire map. You earn battle pass points, which allows you to earn prizes such as reward tanks. And if you're in the top 5 by experience, you get 25 for victory, 10 for defeat. If you're top 20, you get 10 for victory and 5 for defeat. And the reason why the bottom players don't get anything is because they do this to prevent people from cheating. If you're cheating and you're not putting an actual effort, let's say you start the game and then you just refuse to play and walk away, you don't get anything. You have to actually participate. So the people who give the least participation or no participation don't earn any battle pass points. Okay, so that's a little bit about the current installment of Frontline. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.